In this episode, I'll begin my review and reaction to the 2018 movie Green Book. Let's dive right into Green Book. Do something, man. People are questioning you. Shut up. Shut up. Okay, yep, do that. Sure, guys. Stupid and dumb. Just an idiot. Get your shit together, son. Fuck it. I loved it. Welcome to the Dub Cast. Green Book is a interesting movie. I'm just gonna say everything's interesting to start out. No, I mean Green Book was okay. It was, you don't really see these types of movies, so it was kind of an uplifting story. You know, it's classified as a comedy, somewhat biographical comedy drama. I'm a hard one to make laugh, I guess. I didn't think this movie was particularly funny. Um, I did like the drama aspect to it. Um, but I mean, there wasn't even that much drama, so I guess this is just what you call any movie that has people in it is just a drama. Um, Directed by Peter Farrelly. Haven't seen any of his movies. Only 3 stars in this one. So we have Viggo Mortensen, and if you're checking out my channel for the first time, I just did a review Eastern Promises. That's a big Viggo Mortensen movie, which I didn't realize because he's like actually this movie's only like 12 years older than that movie. It's 11 years older. I forget if it was 2006, 2007 that Eastern Promises came out, but man, I don't want to be mean, but the years haven't been kind to Vigo. He looks a lot older in this. Granted, it is at least a decade in the future, but yeah, maybe you know what? Maybe he was probably. I should do more. I don't care about doing research. Maybe he was like bulking into this role. You know, he's playing this big Italian guy. So maybe that was part of it. Like he needs to bulk up, and he was like, you know, because I know people do like insane. Oh, people do like insane bodybuilding exercises and crap to get into shape for these movies. I don't know. I won't judge too much on Vigo. The main person I love in this movie, and I love them as an actor, even though I've only seen them in like 2 things. Marshall Ali, True Detective season 3, slept on season, second best True Detective season. Obviously, season 1 is best. This isn't a True Detective review, but I feel like I've seen Marshall Ali in a lot of things, but I really haven't. I don't know. He just feels like a familiar, friendly face. I like Marshall Ali, so I was really interested by his character. Obviously, his character makes up more of the like complex parts of this movie. Also had Linda Cardellini. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, she's in the movie. So right off the bat, you know, I like to start with the what's interesting. Is the beginning of this movie interesting? Inspired by a true story. So I'm kind of 50-50 on like I like being surprised at the end when they're like, oh, this was actually based on a true story. When they put it at the beginning, I always forget. And you know they do a good job in this movie of telling you both at the beginning and at the end that this is a true story, and they give you some updates and whatever. Um, but there's so many of these movies that you just watch and like when I have admitted, you know, I'm doing a backlog. I have the sheet right here, which we'll get into it then. But so I watched this movie a little bit ago, right? And I sit down to do this review, and I'm like, oh, this is based off a true story. Like that isn't something that stuck to me. Thinking when I think back on this movie, but that part is interesting. So cool. You know, we love it inspired by a true story. I think I prefer it just to be revealed at the end. Like, I don't know. That's just my preference. Anyways, so right off the bat, we get into my bread and butter, what I like to call scam school, where you know a lot of other stuff happens in this movie that you know it's world building, and this whole movie is just a car ride basically. Anyways, our main guy, Vigo's character, goes to scam school. He takes the hat, then gives it back for honor. You know, I was weird messages early on, but I don't know what was going on. But I respected the scam school. What I have to call out is the hot dog contest that Vigo apparently wins. You know, I guess he does this for money because he doesn't have a job. Um, But that man, like this isn't. I mean, unless you like, he could have been. Unless he's Joey Chestnut, like purposely trying to get his start. Like I'm trying to like search for the words. I'm trying to purposely get a deficit and have to come back. Like he was down bad, and he was like it wasn't even like he was fake. Like he was visibly losing this contest by a lot. So to see him win that, that was shocking. And I've always, my friends always say, you eat food so fast, you eat a lot of food, but I don't think I would be able to do these eating contests like that. Hell no, man, I can't do that. Hot dogs too. There must be something to hot dogs, like the salt that makes you want to keep eating or something. Especially the buns, they gotta fill you right up. So I don't know. I thought that was interesting how he just comes back immediately. Now I'm not married, but the relationship in this movie is hilarious, where the wife is basically just in the movie to tell Vigo, hey, you should get a job. And then he gets a job, and then she's all depressed. Hello? Like, what, you can't have it both ways. Granted, his job is one where he's got to be on the road for months doing tours and stuff, but he like writes letters and it's all cute and stuff. So maybe that could help. I don't know, but girl, like, if he's gonna have a job, he's not gonna be around as much. That's just how life works. So that was funny, and the only thing I have to say about the wife. um, yeah, I respect also a iconic line out of Viggo Mortensen. This movie was saying, "I'm working here." I had just had instant respect for that line. I think we've all been there, and he's trying to like disguise his like anger with the doctor, but Marshall Ali knows Italian too, and Marshall Ali, like, damn, bro, he's mad intelligent in this movie. He knows everything, and basically just roast the shit out of Vigo's character. And honestly, Marshall Ali was my favorite character in this movie because I love Marshall Ali. And why am I just, I don't know, I don't remember any of these characters' names, so that's that. That part didn't really stick with me. Don't care. Anyways, um, top tier aura moment of the movie. They get arrested on some bullshit out of racism. This movie, and whatever. I'm upset because I can't remember the time frame of this, but it's got to be like the 70s or the 80s. Anyways, there's still some racism around in certain parts of the country, and they get arrested because Marshall Ali's black, and they're like, "What are you doing on the side of the road in a snowstorm?" And then Vigo's character crashes out, but the doctor Marshall Ali makes a call to the governor to get them out of jail, and he gets them out of jail. So that part was sick. Top tier. That's the aura. Should I start doing that aura moment of the movie? Sorry, I'm sorry being cringe now. So once again, back on the road, the um, driver, Vigo's character, tries to steal a rock, and the doc knew it the whole time, and he's like, "Give that rock back," and the rock becomes like a, um, almost like a theme of like giving up your former self and like submitting to the cause, not submitting, but like giving into the cause of life and like not being a scumbag, basically, because this guy was mobbed up, and we all know he was mobbed up. Um, so like give away the mafia tendencies and become like a human again and like give back the rocks. That was like a cool dynamic where most of the back and forth of this movie is just like Marshall Ali being mad intelligent and being like moral. How do you say like having morals? I don't know. He's like the good guy, and then Vigo's character is like this kind of takes risks and like isn't doesn't live by like this moral code and just does whatever he kind of wants. But through Marshall Ali, like helping with the letters and stuff, he's able to kind of like perfect his life, perfect his love life, and become less racist because he initially is pretty racist. One of the things I forgot to include is they like have a plate or they have glasses of lemonade in his house, and he just puts the lemonade glasses in the trash. Like that's insane that people used to be that racist. And that's like this is like post civil rights movement, I think. Um, Sorry, weird noise just went off. Yeah, so I did like that aspect of it. Obviously, that's kind of like the theme of the movie. I like the snow scenics at the end of the movie. This is kind of just a drive movie. Like if you want to just go for a drive with the boys, basically, and stop in different cities, it's fun for that. And just there is good dialogue back and forth. And then we get the ending. Good to see pictures of them. Remember that it's a true story at the end, and that they stayed friends, were friends. You see the real life version of them. Maybe they snuck them in the movie. I know they kind of do that at times. What's that one? I don't know. I've seen a bunch of them now where they like sneak in the person at the end. I don't think they did that in this movie, but they might have. I don't know. And it's cool though that they stayed friends and this was a true story, and like it's a nice story to tell. It was decent enough, riveting enough. I liked it. I thought it was a decent movie, so I'm giving it a 7.5. There were parts of it that were really interesting, and I just don't know if you can even get much higher than that with a movie like this for me. Just not what I'm looking for. Well, it is. I enjoyed it, so maybe it is what I'm looking for. I don't know. I just thought 7.5, good score. It was a good time. Like 2 hours and 10 minutes isn't a terrible runtime. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of time wasted. Good dynamic between the characters. It was a little bit limited in scope, and I don't know. It just felt it got a little bit repetitive at the end. I think so. 7.5. That's where I'm at on it. Thought this was a solid movie. So where does this rank amongst the other movies we reviewed so far? 77 movies, and this comes in at number 51. So yeah, we have high review scores here. I know a lot of the movies I've reviewed have been high scores, and I'm an optimistic person. I'm a glass half full type of guy. In certain scenarios, especially with liking things. I never quit a TV show. I never quit a movie. I'm always going to give you guys the facts. And if the movie's bad, I'm going to say it's bad. This is not a bad movie. 7.5. Anyways, at a 7.5, we've had a couple 7.5s through the day. So Snatch, Secret Mall Apartment, Thunderbolts, 28 Days Later, and Isle of Dogs. So I've got this movie over Isle of Dogs, over 28 Days Later, but I would take Snatch, Secret Mall Apartment, and Thunderbolts all over this movie and the other two I mentioned. So it falls right in the middle of those 7.5s, which I'm. It's all nitpicking because these are all the same scores, all the same score for all these movies. Just if you had to order them, I'm a very meticulous person like that. I need to have them all ordered. So comparing this to other similar movies, we had the Viggo Mortensen movie I mentioned before, Eastern Promises. I gave that a 7.2, so this becomes the best Viggo Mortensen movie. Marshall Ali is a voice actor slash actor in the Spider-Man animated movies. So this does fall behind both of those. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse was an 8.5, and Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse was an 8.9. So I did like both of those movies better than this one. And this falls behind Brokeback Mountain at an 8.2 because Linda Cardellini is in both of those, both this movie and that movie. And I feel bad. Sorry, Linda, if you're watching, I'm sorry. I don't know who you are. She must be the wife of Heath Ledger in Brokeback Mountain. That's the only thing I can think of, or if she's just like an irrelevant character in that. I don't know. But that's where we wrap up this review on Green Book. Pretty simple movie. It was on Amazon Prime when I watched it, so if this sounds interesting to you, to go check it out. I guess Viggo Mortensen has like lead roles, so good for him if you like that type of stuff. It's just Viggo Mortensen. Marshall Ali Gang, check this one out. I like Marshall Ali and anything, and he was good in this one. So we got the notepad. What's coming next? Some movie reviews. We're slowly working out of the hole. We got Flight, Blade Runner, and then Blade Runner 2049 will be our next three reviews on that. Besides that, we're doing NFL weekly streams every Wednesday, and then maybe we'll do a college football bracket prediction. That one's still in the works, and then that might not happen, so I can't guarantee that. And then UFC won't be happening until January. Maybe I'll do something for the Survivor finale. I don't know. You know, I've kind of moved away from the shows because like y'all ain't fucking with my show stuff. So maybe some tier lists coming on the way. I don't know. We'll see. But that's all for now. Appreciate you guys as always. Subscribe for more movie reviews in the future, sports stuff, and just content in general. You never know what's going to pop up on the Depcast. So I'll leave you out with that. As always, be easy, y'all.